Welcome back to another episode of All in Martin, the Martin County School District's, your A-rated school district's monthly podcast. I'm your host, Kirsty Germain, and today we are talking about that checklist that you need to have to be back to school ready for first day of school. So today joining us is our Director of Student Services, Ms. Deb Riley, and she's going to have all of that important information that you need to know. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I do want to jump right on into it. When parents are thinking about getting ready for back to school, being ready on day one, before you even see your child's schedule, you have to go into the Focus Parent Portal, and there's going to be some important forms that you have to fill out. We know it as the yellow card, but just explain what that information is.
Yes, so for those of us that have been parents in the district for a while, you affectionately know this as the yellow card. It used to be that cardboard paper that was yellow and you filled out in the front and the back. Now it's all digital through the Focus Parent Portal. And in that Focus Parent Portal, you're going to give us important information about your child. So who are their emergency contacts? And that's important to fill out for who can come pick up your child from school or an emergency situation if you are not available. And so I will just give my own personal experience as a parent. I always had at least one friend that I trusted with my child that could come pick them up if myself or another family member wasn't available. So thinking about who could come get your child that you would trust if you or another family member are not available to pick up your child. So that's always important, first thing you fill out. And then also any health information for your child. Does my child take any medications? Is my child allergic to anything? And not just medications, am I allergic to bee stings or a certain flower that I might be allergic to? That's always good to list for our schools to know as well. And then also, do I wear glasses or do I have any hearing issues? Those are all part of the medical piece of our yellow card.
So why is it so important that not only, again, you have to fill these out before you can even see your child's schedule, but it's important to make sure that the information is updated and correct. Why is it?
Yes, so if you have already been with our school district and you have your Focus Parent Portal already set up and you did this last year, you still need to go back in and review all of the information, because it's not going to allow you to see your child's schedule until you have gone in and reviewed it and clicked save that everything has been reviewed. So even if you're not changing anything, you still have to go in and review it and click that you have reviewed it and saved it.
But we want to urge parents that they double check that information and don't just click save and assume that everything's right. Because yes. I know as a former principal, you have experience of how important the accurate information is.
Yes, so again, affectionately called the yellow card, but really it's your emergency information for your child. That is always going to be double checked before anything is administered to your child. And so it's so important to have that accurate information. The other great thing about having all of this in the Focus Parent Portal is that any time during the school year, anything changes with your child, you can go right in and update it. And that way we always have updated information at our fingertips.
Awesome. That is really good to know. Another part of this information that you're filling out and making sure that you click through is the Code of Student Conduct.
Yes.
So this is important. I know it's not the most fun thing to read, but it's something that we need to read. So why should parents make sure that they actually go through that?
Yes, so our Code of Student Conduct for the 25-26 school year is currently posted on our district website, as well as in several areas, both in the parents and students page, in our student services page, so you can go on and review. It walks you through everything that you need to know in terms of Code of Student Conduct, our attendance policy, our dress code, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 infractions, as they're called. What is the appeals process for parents? So there's a lot of good information that both our parents and our students need to know. And that is part of In Your Focus Parent Portal registration when you're going through the yellow card process. You will also have to acknowledge that you and your student have read the Code of Student Conduct, as well as our cell phone policy, and I know we'll talk about that in a moment. So it's important for our students and our parents to know what exactly is our Code of Student Conduct. For our students, K through 12, the first week of school, all of our teachers will have a Code of Student Conduct that is child appropriate, that will be reviewed with every single child as well. But we still encourage our parents to review it with their students as well as a family.
And I know there were not any big changes to the Code of Student Conduct this year, but we still have a few things from last year that we're really focusing in on. Again, the zero tolerance for bullying, yes, which again, that's also in the Code of Student Conduct. Our no cell phone policy or no mobile device policy, the importance of attendance, and our dress code. So I want to talk, you mentioned that with the cell phones, that's another thing that they're going to have to check that they understand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So our cell phone policy has not changed from last year. It is still being implemented where during school hours, not just during instructional time, so from the time you step on campus till the time you leave campus, your cell phone or wireless device is turned off completely, not put in silent mode, not hidden away in your back pocket on silent mode. It is turned off completely, powered off, and put away, whether that's in your backpack or your purse, bag, whatever. And it stays there throughout the entire school day.
Yes, the entire school day.
The entire school day.
Now going to our bullying, zero tolerance on bullying.
Yes.
The Martin County School District, every campus is a safe place, and we want to reassure families on that. So our zero tolerance on bullying is part of that. So talk a little bit about, in case there is a situation, how parents and students should handle it.
So if you feel that your child is being bullied, there are several ways you can report that. On our Student Services webpage, there's an actual tile titled Bullying, where you can click on that, and there is a bullying incident form that you can fill out and submit electronically to us as well. Or again, a student or a parent or a guardian can call the school or send an email to the school and report it, and they will begin investigating to help solve the issue.
We want to make sure that students aren't afraid to report anything that they need to, and we want to make sure that they feel safe at every campus that they're attending. And as far as, I know, attendance, that's something that we've really been pushing because it's so important that your child is present in class, that they're here every day if they can be. But I think parents sometimes don't realize one day here, one day there, it really adds up.
It does. Yes. So when you really look at the state statute and guidelines on attendance, it actually says once you've hit 5 absences that schools need to be concerned and reaching out to parents to determine, do we need to provide supports for those absences. Now we know that, with all of the fun germs that go around during the school year, your child may be out for 5 days straight with an illness, and that is certainly, an excused absence and acceptable, or, things may happen with a family that requires them to be out a length of time. But it's really important for parents to kind of keep track of how many days is my child out of school? And, we are here to support our kids, because sometimes our kids may tell you, oh, I don't feel well, my throat hurts, I have a headache, I have a stomach ache, and it might be because of an underlying other type of issue. Are they having a problem at school with a friend? But those absences start to build up. So your schools are here to help. Student Services Department is here to help, to reach out. But it's really important, and that's why the Focus Parent Portal, having that set up, you can monitor your child's attendance. We have protocols in place where our parents are notified daily when your child is absent from campus as well, so that, again, parents can kind of keep track. I know with our older kids, most of the time our parents are already at work and our older kids are getting themselves to school. And so that notification system is important for our parents also, so that they get notified if their child did not come to school that day. Maybe they missed the bus and they haven't been able to tell parents. So it's so important. We want our kids in the seats learning every single day, and every day that they are not in the seat means a day of missing critical instruction time.
We should also talk about anti-vaping. So we are a tobacco-free campus, smoke-free campus, vaping-free campus, and we have serious violations, infractions in place if a student is caught with any type of vaping device.
Yes, so we have in our Code of Student Conduct, there is actually a full page dedicated, and it's actually called our tobacco and vaping decision tree. And it lays it out exactly for each offense and what happens along each step for each offense if a student is found with tobacco or a vaping device. There are preventative measures as well that we have in place in our schools. Our fifth graders at elementary have a program that they go through in class with a trainer. It's our Botvin Life Skills, where they learn about healthy living and healthy lifestyles. And then our middle school and high schools, through their health classes, through the HOPE PE class, if they're enrolled in that in high school. All of those cover healthy living styles, and tobacco and vaping as part of that curriculum, as part of our preventative measures to inform our kids.
And it's definitely another great reason why parents should read the Code of Student Conduct. Is there anything else back to school that you can think of that parents should really put on their checklist, make sure that they need to know?
No, I think the biggest piece is just helping your child get prepared to come back to school. I know a lot of times we just think that's back to school shopping, but it's also, mentally preparing your child and you. I know our parents are probably ready to come back, into school and get back into that learning mode. I know our schools have been working very diligently to get prepared for the upcoming school year, and our staff is ready to welcome our kids back.
I know sleep schedules. That's
Yes,
one thing. Get them on the normal sleep schedule that they would have during the school year sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So come that first day, they're not extremely tired. Yeah.
Yeah, I always used to say that 2 weeks before school started, start that routine again, even though it's hard because everyone is still on summer mode. 2 weeks before school is starting, start getting back in that routine, even start waking up on time. Especially if you have littles. Your kindergartner will be tired that first week of school. A lot of them fall asleep waiting in car line, or, they come home and go right to sleep. Mine used to fall asleep in the car on the way home.
Aww.
So that routine is important of, this is your day. This is when we have to wake up, have breakfast, unless they're going to eat breakfast at school, and then kind of keeping them awake for that entire school day time.
Yeah.
To help get them prepared.
All right, well, before we go, I do want to make sure I mention we have a brand new way to do your back to school shopping. It's called Teacher List. We have a link on our website, martinschools.org, and it is back to school shopping made easy. All you have to do is find that Teacher List link on our website. You find your school, either your child's teacher or class or grade level, and boom, it is all right there. You can choose your favorite retailer to get all of your back to school shopping online done, and it's as easy as that. And then if you need to have all of this information and you're not getting text messages from your child's school or from the district, you can text START to 98900 and you'll get all of these back to school texts. You'll get any type of important information that you need to know about your child's school or what's happening in the district. And it's just a great way to keep in touch by a simple text message. So you can actually find everything you need to know to be ready for back to school on our website at martinschools.org. We compiled all of that information on one easy tab. Just look for the back to school tab. It'll have your bus route information, meal plans, your meet the teacher conference nights, those school supply lists, really everything you need to know to be day one ready on August 11th. So I want to again thank you for joining us for this episode and helping us get ready for back to school, which is August 11th. We're so excited for that first day. I know we miss our students.
We do. We're ready to welcome you back to campus.
Definitely. So thank you guys for watching. In the meantime, make sure you catch up on all of our previous episodes, and then you can follow us wherever you scroll or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you.
Thank you.